13.
Imus in the morning on Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Imus in Washington, senior political analyst Richard M. Nixon.
Thank you very much. Imus in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, they have their rent-a-generals, but you have your rent-a-commander-in-chief, Imo? Well, I'll tell you what now. If that was the mother of all battles, then she must have married her cousin. My God, what a debacle, huh? If I may borrow a descriptive phrase from you that I often hear you employ, J.D., what we've just witnessed, in my view, was a simple, old-fashioned ass-whipping. Now, I don't want to sound crude, but at the same time, we should be perfectly clear on this point. That was an old-fashioned ass-whipping, period.
Yeah.
I mean, where did they come up with that army? Out of the Mideast Connect-the-Dots Combat School? The Rodney Dangerfield Institute of Warfare? Jesus, I'll tell you, if any more of those guys had surrendered, we would have had to start looking for a new homeland for them. Never mind those aggressively annoying Palestinians. And will they please shut the up for a little while now, for God's sake, huh? And yet and yet against all that happened, the ultimate leader, Saddam Hussein himself, clings to the theme that he won.
Yeah.
Oh, the Allies didn't win. He did. Well, I'll tell you, at the risk of appearing to trivialize things, and believe me, that is not my intent, a box score is a poor way to interpret a war, but Iraq lost most of the fourth largest army in the world, 42 divisions, 100,000 men. And in the ground campaign, we lost 28. Am I missing something here? I mean, he claims now to have forced George Bush into breaking off the engagement because Iraq was about to teach him a severe military lesson? Well, what was the lesson, J.D.? How to back a tank from Basra to Baghdad? Or was it, do you kiss the feet of the kid from Ohio standing in front of you before you hand him your rifle or after? Are we getting an etiquette thing out of this? Or maybe the lesson is how to make a snappy meatloaf out of a lizard and radiator water? Or how to lie buried up to your fanny in sand for 42 days with B-52s carpet bombing your brains into coleslaw and still have your undershorts white enough to wave in surrender. How about that? No, wait, I've got it. How to train your headlights to do stupid pet tricks. Or if your old supreme leader himself, how to turn your entire nation into one huge dysentery research project while your doctors keep you higher than Axl Rose in your bunker. Hello, Schwarzkopf to Hussein. I know command and control is on the fritz a little, but bulletin to the bunker, babe. It's over, and so are you. Go, tie a yellow ribbon around this. And that's opinion, Imo, from a former U.S. of A. Commander-in-Chief.
Imus in the morning.
Cousin and Lone Star beer, talking religion and politics for all the world to hear. They ought to send you back to Russia, boy, or New York City one. You just want to doodle a Christian girl and you kill God's only son.
It's always nice to be here.
Yeah. Always nice to. So Kinky now. Let's bring him on.
Kind of a large entourage.
Yes, you do
this morning.
For this early, though.
Larry Campbell's officially my executive butt boy for the entourage. Rats, of course, is butt boy emeritus.
What does butt boy mean? I don't know things.
A butt boy is kind of like Gabby Hayes was to...
okay.
Who was he to? Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers, yeah.
Well, all famous people have had a butt boy.
I might add, I'm very proud to be the butt boy for the mother of all murder novels.
Ratso, of course, are you still with National Lampoon or today?
No, I'm still in there.
Well, I just thought I'd ask.
One day a week paid consultant.
He's a paid consultant.
I have to do this.
Ratso was the editor.
Ratso
was the editor of National Lampoon, and why haven't they done well since you took over there? And Larry Campbell, of course, is a great musician. In fact,
thank you, Don.
Larry helped us spend $15,000 or $20,000 on those demos for that Broadway show that the homosexuals would be tap dancing here in Novato anytime, right, Kinky? So Kinky, but the reason Kinky's here is because his fifth novel, musical Chairs, is out, and it's about, of course, features Kinky, and it's about, and they're all actually good, and I've offered a money-back guarantee on all of his books, and had no one ever send me one of them and ask me for that money back. Yeah. So this is about somebody trying to kill the Texas Jew Boys, right?
That's right, the old band, and Mike McGovern of the Daily News features in that kind of displaces Ratso in this novel. Ratso doesn't know this yet. I don't think
Have you read it yet,
No,
Ratso?
Ratso.
No, I haven't.
I kept the galleys from him because
From the Ahab to Arab album, this is a little thing called Waitret, oh Waitret, please sit on my fate.
Well, I pulled into Dallas on a cold December day for coffee and a donut at the Greasy Spoon Cafe. Spied me a pretty young waitress standing by a tray, but she couldn't believe her sweet young ears when the waitress heard me say, "Oh, waitress, please, waitress, come sit on my fate. Eating ain't cheating, Lord, it ain't no disgrace. Whoa, bring me a Lone Star, make it a case. Waitress, please, waitress, come sit on my face." Well, I walked up to the jukebox, feeling kind of mean. The waitress said, "Hey, stupid, it's a cigarette machine." "Well, looky here, young waitress, would you care to make a bet? And if that there ain't a jukebox, you can smoke my cigarette." "Oh, waitress, please, waitress, come sit on my fate. Eating ain't cheating, Lord, it ain't no disgrace. Whoa, bring me a Lone Star, make it a case. Waitress, please, waitress, come sit on my face." All right, Brother Larry, take it away. Mellow as a jello now. Well, you're the prettiest thing in Dallas. Is Dallas your home? No, I come all the way from Eden, and I feel so all alone. Well, I used to live in Alton, then I moved up to Big D, in hopes to get my big break on national TV. Honey, I think I have what it takes to make you a very big star way out there in Hollywood. Choo-choo-choo-choo-choo-choo, bud. But first...
That's great, Kinky.
Larry, descending chromatic scales, please.
That was great, Larry.
Very nice. Well, let's all join in on this. Ready? Whoa! Waitress, please, waitress, come sit on my face. Eating ain't cheating, Lord, it ain't no disgrace. Whoa, bring me a Lone Star, make it a case. Waitress, please, waitress, come sit on my face. Thank you very much.
Hey, that was a great mix, Lou.
Oh, man.
That sounded that was
Great, man.
That was terrific.
great.
So it's
so it was gospel too.
all right.
Sacred.
I saw a picture yesterday in a men's room near L.A., lying on the floor beside the throne. Had I not recognized the cross, I might have failed to know the boss. I thought, Lord, you look neglected and alone. Well, a redneck nerd in a bowling shirt was a guzzling Lone Star beer, talking religion and politics for all the world to hear. They ought to send you back to Russia, boy, or New York City 1. You just want to doodle a Christian girl and you kill God's only son. I said, has it occurred to you, you nerd, that that's not very nice? We Jews believe it was Santa Claus that killed Jesus Christ. You know, you don't look Jewish, he said, near as I could figure. I had you lamped for a slightly anemic, well-dressed country nigger. Oh, they like Jesus sent them on. They don't turn the other cheek the way they done before. He started into shouting and spitting on the floor. Lord, they ain't making Jews like Jesus sent them on.
Imus in the morning on Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Local desk. I'm Sue Simmons.
And I'm Walter Crontkite. New York City Schools Chancellor Pepe Fernandez has announced what seems certain to be an even more controversial follow-up to the school system's already controversial condom distribution plan. Stung by criticism that the new policy will promote casual sex among teens, Fernandez says the Board of Education will seek to provide an outlet to high school students who suddenly find themselves in possession of a condom by also distributing free vibrators and blow-up dolls. Chancellor Fernandez explained the rationale.
We look at it as a safety valve kind of a thing. There's nothing more dangerous than a 16-year-old driving a Camaro with a rubber in his pocket. Nothing safe, you know. Cats, dogs, senior citizens. Oy vey.
Meanwhile, at St. Patrick's Cathedral, John Cardinal O'Connor, who had been a leading opponent of the condom distribution plan, enthusiastically endorsed the amended policy. He spoke to reporters a short time ago.
Good morning and God bless. First, let me welcome all of you to the cathedral. So long as that two-legged yeast infection Imus in the morning isn't out there with you. Jesus. Now, about this vibrator and sex doll thing. Makes a lot of sense to me, Jesus. We ought to be promoting celibacy. We're going to have to go ahead with this Puerto Rican heath and handing out the bloody condoms, Jesus. In fact, I'm wondering if they've got one of those dolls that resembles a penguin. Jesus. Resembles a penguin, Jesus. I suppose. Can I get an amen for the cardinal on a penguin? Amen. All right, thank you, brother.
In Connecticut, it's disclosed that opera buff Governor Lowell Weicker will appear in an upcoming production of Madam Butterfly. The governor will play a pupa, the larval stage of the insect.
For obvious reasons. And finally, considerable unease and a polite no thank you to Leona Helmsley's offer to, quote, bathe the Empire State Building in yellow as a tribute to troops returning from the Persian Gulf. After it was learned that the plan envisioned a joint promotion with the Depends Adult Diaper Corporation, the elderly Harry Helmsley, 4 cases of beer, and the building's 102nd floor observation deck. Said a spokesman for Mayor Dinkins, I don't think so.
Imus in the morning.
Do that.
I'm sorry.
I've been eating my yogurt here.
How do you know if, like, you've already eaten it?
Now, I just want you to stop now.
Listen.
We've overcome my hideous remark about Miss Connecticut.
Listen, I thought that was actually kind of cool.
You know.
Made me laugh.
Well, I'm sure
I think you should ban yourself for life from your own program.
I probably should.
Did you see Ridiculous Bo?
Yes, I did.
What do you think his manager's thinking about with that Captain Lou Albano look he's got?
Rock Newman with his little ponytail?
If he had a couple of more rubber bands, then he could have been on WWF.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boy, how stupid does that look?
It did look stupid. Riddick Bowe didn't look very good, did he?
No.
He's big, fat, slow, and stupid.
I know. That's my kind of fighter.
Well, of course.
Hey, I'm fighting somebody coming up,
March 18th.
yeah.
Do you know who you're fighting?
Some guy.
What? As opposed to say a woman, or?
Well, we tried to get a woman, but she died.
Cat told you to call?
Told me to call and apply for the job as a sniper.
My cat can't talk.
You just can't hear her.
I just can't hear.
I'm a big fan of yours. I watch you on TV all the time.
I'm not on television.
You're on mine.
I'm on your television?
I'm The house is laughing at me. Shut up. Shut up.
Imus in the morning.
The Los Angeles Police Department. Did you catch that video? Yeah. Smackety-doo, eh? Oh, sure, it wasn't crosshairs closing in on Bedouin Bob and the boys in the bunker, but it wasn't bad. 10 against 1? Where'd they recruit those guys? Out of the Republican Guard? You were going how fast? 30 in a school zone? Wham! The LAPD could teach those miserable Kuwaitis a thing or two, I'll bet. Yeah. Oh, about those journalists reported missing up there in southern Iraq. Yeah. How many are there? 37? Right. Well, it's a start. I mean, lose that bunch, okay? A national public radio correspondent? Well, excuse me. Also, 2 CNN people you've never heard of, and some minor functionary from the Times. Electrifying. I know it's harsh, but hey, nobody cares. Not now. And besides, the Iraqis are letting them all go anyway. So they'll soon be back to continue annoying us. Only now it'll be to talk about clear-cutting trees in some cannibal backwater in Brazil. Or a survey showing most women wear shoes a size too small, according to the American Orthopedic Foot and Ankle Society. I don't know about you, but I'm grabbing my camcorder to see if I can't get a van full of migrant fruit pickers to give the cops the finger at 110 miles an hour on the Santa Monica Freeway. It's either that or pass the Sudafed. And thank you.
Imus in the morning.
In the morning. Now, my agenda is unusually busy today, Dono, so if I may, I'd like to move right into issue 1, New Jack City. The movie just out spawning violence coast to coast. I'm sure you heard about it. Shootings, stabbings, truly awful. Very, very dangerous. Oh, by the way, here you go, Dono. Pair of tickets. Me to you. 2 in the balcony in Brownsville. Oh, and be sure to wear your 8-ball jacket and yell, Farrakhan bites. Speaking of dead disc jockeys, issue 2. Scott Shannon, your old colleague. Yeah. Did you see the piece in the Times on him this week? It should have been on the obituary page. From worst to first to a hearse. Baghdad Radio had a bigger L.A. listening audience than pirate radio had. I mean, not only has Shannon been fired out there, he's disappeared. Yeah. They don't even know where he is. Though one would hope he was about to star in the next Los Angeles Police Department driver's ed video. Okay, issue 3. Persian Gulf, the peace process. Right. Secretary of State Baker winning the endorsement of 8 Arab countries for a Middle East peace plan. Right. And all it requires Israel to do is to surrender all occupied territories so that a country that's already not quite as big as my driveway will have its borders pushed back to the width of the beach at Haifa so that 4 million Jews can face 100 zillion Arabs led by Hafez el-Assad, Saddam Hussein, Yasser Arafat, and Muammar Gaddafi, who want them annihilated. Yeah. Hey, I can't see why they wouldn't go for that, can you? Issue 4, End of the War. Right. And the principal result that we have to be thankful for, in my view, is just this. Right. We will finally be able to ditch those desert camouflage outfits, eh? Well, Jesus. It looked like they came up with that pattern at a frat house party where they served something that even Kitty Dukakis wouldn't do. I mean, Jesus. General Schwarzkopf, now he's an elegant man, but so help me. He'd be there in Riyadh, you know, with all those charts and everything. And I'm thinking, this looks like all the reporters have been pegging him with dog duty. Terrible thing to say, I know. Yeah. But, well, I've never shrunk from the difficult positions, as you're well aware. Yeah. I have this mental image of Schwarzkopf and all the guys starting off with nice, crisp, regular khakis, and then getting blind behind a keg of funky cold Medina, ralphing all over the officers' club, and bingo, desert camouflage. Say, is it just me, or does Colin Powell look like he's just about half a beat behind the rest of the band? Something about the eyes, I think, that says, base closed. I don't know, it's probably just a dick man here, but that is opinion, J.D. A little convoluted, but opinion all the same, from a former United States Commander-in-Chief.
I'm in the morning.